Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Win with Will. Welcome to my channel where we follow my dividend portfolio journey. This is going to be an update on my week 15 results from 9/29 to 10/3. So let's jump right into it. But first and foremost, who am I? And why did I start my channel? Well, basically, I started my channel pretty much to document my progress, also to show my friends and family how simple it is to start investing. If you are new to the channel, you'll just letting you know that I was one of the people that wanted to see how someone can start from small and work their way up to a big account. When you look across YouTube, pretty much everybody has these huge accounts that are already 6 figures, 7 figures, and showing you how they're making these huge gains every day, every week. So I wanted to be able to show someone how you could start from a small amount and work your way up. I started my account with $5,000. Also, to teach my kids financial education and help other parents do the same. Sometimes you may not know where to start those conversations with your children, but you can use my channel as a launching point. And also to inspire others. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not anything special. I'm not some type of a financial guru. I'm just a regular everyday guy from the south side of Chicago that looked to take control of my financial future, and you can do the same. But first and foremost, let's get into the legals. I am not a financial advisor. The content shared here is for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. Just realize that investing involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. And just realize that my channel is for educational purposes and to document my journey so that you can see what I'm doing to help you make better decisions for yourself. But it's not to be considered financial advice. Now, let's talk about my portfolio goals. Still right now within my first goal, which is my short-term goal to generate $1,000 a month in dividend income and to have $10,000 invested into my account. My midterm goal is to generate $5,000 a month in dividend income and to have $50,000 invested into my account. And long-term goal, $100,000 a year in dividend income coming in on a recurring basis. 6 figures from dividend income alone. And let's take a look at where we are right now. Thank you to one of the people that commented on my last video, basically saying that the slides are getting harder to read because it's as they're getting longer with more and more information. The font is smaller and smaller, so I decided to break up the slides of the results into two slides. So this slide I'll show where I'm at right now, and then on the next slide I'll show each individual fund and how they're performing and things like that. So thank you very much for commenting and sharing that feedback. This is going to be week 15. And as we can see here, this is the results as of 10/3. Total capital invested at this point out of pocket for me is $8,000, a little over $8,000. Started with $5,000. I do from time to time put more funds into the account. But lately I've just been reinvesting my earnings and to compound. So as of last week, I had $226.99 in earnings. Put that back into the account. What you'll see on the next slide is that I did have my monthly pay or Misty to kick out, so that's why this one is a little bigger. But this week, $180.77, not bad at all. So far for the year, from the time that I started back in June, I'm up $2,448.48 in dividend earnings for about 30.53% based off of the amount of capital that I've invested. But again, this is going to be week 15 results. So now on this slide, now I'll be able to show you the breakdown of all of the funds. So top fund that I have is TSYY, which is a Granite Shares fund, and all three of my Granite Shares funds are weekly pairs, as well as my one OT fund with YieldMax weekly pair. TSYY is the fund that I have my biggest holdings in. I now have 465 shares of TSYY. When I first started this back Back in June, I had 205, but as of compounding reinvesting, I'm up to 465 shares now. The average purchase price that I've paid for these shares of TSYY, $9.77. And as of lately, the fund has been going down and decreasing in value. So it's down to $8.11 as of the time that I took this snapshot, which was Friday, down 17.2%. So TSYY is a fund that follows Tesla. And the idea of this fund is to have gains and losses as Tesla share price goes up and down. It doesn't always exactly mirror Tesla, but that's basically the idea of the fund, is to generate funds while it's kind of following the Tesla stock overall. As of right now, again, down 17.2%, but still paying out a pretty nice dividend at the rate of $8.11. Still paid out 23 cents per share, which got me $106.95 this week based off of the amount of shares that I own. XBTY, which is a fund that follows Bitcoin. Again, as Bitcoin kind of goes up and down, same concept as the Tesla fund. This fund should go up and down kind of in accordance with Bitcoin, but again, it doesn't always exactly mirror Bitcoin. But I've got 20 shares of XBTY. Current price $18.95, which is down 24.6%, and still paying out a pretty nice dividend though, 37 cents per share. So I made $7.40 this week. So as you can see with XBTY, as the fund price has been going down, so has the dividend payouts. So that's kind of a big part of the risk when you're doing these high yield funds, is that a big reason that some people shy away from these is because the fund price has a tendency to go down over time. Some of them hold pretty good, but a lot of the ones that I'm working with have been going down over time, which has decreased the dividend payouts as well. So just something to keep an eye on. As of right now, though, for me overall, still doing fairly well based off of the percentage that I'm earning with each of the dividend payouts. So this one is still paying out a pretty hefty 1.95% based off of the price of the actual fund and the dividend payout amount. NVYY, this one follows NVIDIA stock. Again, same concept as the other two. I actually bought more shares of NVYY this week, and I'm up to 49 shares now at an average cost for me of $26.16, and the fund price is down to $23.81, which is negative 8.98%, but still paying out a pretty nice dividend, 45 cents per share, about 1.89% based off of the value of the stock versus the payout. But I've earned $22.05 this week based off of my 49 shares. And then OT, Yield Max. This is a income generating fund where they invest in multiple stocks, funds, and they do various strategies to generate income for the investors. I've got 493 shares of OT, which right now, as of Friday, was trading at $5.47 based off the amount that I purchased it at. Average purchase price $6.11. I'm down 10.58%, but it's been holding steady about 9 cents now per week. It was paying out about 10 cents per week for a good while. Now it's been paying out about 9 cents per week for the last several weeks. But $44.37 was the payout for this week. So this has been pretty steady, around the $44 amount for a good while now. And then Misty, this is the monthly pair. I'm actually going to sell off Misty. The price has been kind of rebounding a little bit, so I wanted to see if I can wait for it to get a little bit higher, and then I'm just going to sell this off and invest into, these funds for Misty into one of the weekly pairs. But Misty, which is the only monthly pair fund that I own, and it's been performing really bad, down 31.92% based off of the purchase price, paying out at the last payout it paid out about $1.01, but again, it's only paying out once a month, and as you can see, this has been going down every time that it's been paying out. Last payout was last week for $50. But again, I'm going to be dumping the Misty, just waiting on the price to go up a little bit more. But overall, for the week, $180.77. So because of the fact that I've been compounding, as you can see, the weeks that don't have the Misty payout, my amount's been going up for my dividend payouts. Even though the stock prices have been down, I'm still increasing my weekly payouts because of the compounding effect of reinvesting, getting more shares, reinvesting, getting more shares. So as of right now, even if I didn't have the Misty payouts, averaging about $180 a week for payouts, not bad at all. Based off again my strategy of generating income and dividend earnings more so than my number one strategy is the stock growth. So even though the funds have been down, in which case, as of when you factor all of the amounts of investings and compounding into the funds, I am a little bit above my goal of $10,000, so $10,418. But I can't count it at that because the value is only $87.50. So even though with all of the out of pocket, the $8,000 I've put in plus all of the reinvesting, it's over $10,000. But because of the decreases in the fund pricing, the value of the funds is only $87.50. So the actual value of the fund is down $1,668.07 based off of the fund pricing. But if we go back to the prior page, I'm still up $2,400 when you factor in the actual payouts. So even though the fund prices are down overall, I'm still winning and ahead because when you factor the whole picture, the actual dividend payouts, I'm still ahead. So $2,448 is total earnings that I've made so far with the dividends, but the fund prices are down by $1,600. So overall, the strategy is still working in my favor. And again, one of the main reasons I started this channel is so you guys can see how these things are working, see if this is, a good strategy for you. As of right now, considering, based off of the fund prices where they are today compared to where they were when I first started investing in it, these could be considered good values as of right now. Who knows if these will start to rebound back up or if they'll continue to decline. That's the one thing about, investing and the stock market and things like that is nobody can actually ever guarantee you what a stock or a fund is going to do. You can look at all of the charts and analytics and things like that to make an informed decision, but you never really know 100% because there's so many outside factors that can help a price jump up or jump down. But again, my strategy is income generating. So it is still generating a really nice income. And as I continue to compound, again, the idea is hopefully these will start to rebound, which will make some of the dividend payouts go up over time as well. But we'll see if they continue to go down. We'll see if my weekly payouts continue to trend upward even as the funds are going down, or if they start to rebound and these starts to get these weekly payouts start to go up and up and up and up as well. But again, that's why you follow me. You can see the results and see how things are working for myself to help you make an informed decision for yourself. So guys, if you like this content, if you enjoy what we're doing here and what I'm trying to show and share with people, please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. I do get back to everyone that comment on my channel. I really appreciate anybody that's just sharing their support, talking about things that they're doing and they're investing in. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. And when you share and subscribe to the channel, it does help the information get out to more and more people who could benefit from looking at what we're doing here. So next, let's go. If you're a person that's been on the fence, been thinking about investing, been, doing your due diligence, doing your research, looking at what funds and investment options you want to go with, what's stopping you? Go ahead and take that first step. Start the journey on your investing future as well. And I like this because success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. It's not about some big, huge, going from where you are to where you want to be overnight. It takes time. It does take effort, but those little small efforts, just like we're looking at with the compounding, the little small amounts that you build up and compound, the same thing with your efforts, the little small efforts you take today, the little steps you take tomorrow, the little things you do to educate yourself and learn today, it all adds up and builds up day in and day out so that you can ultimately get to the success that you want to see. So guys, I really appreciate you guys taking a look at my channel this week. I always put up the video for my last week's results so you can kind of compare from then to now. And I always put up like my deep dive video to show why I got into these various funds that I got into. So you will see those here at the end of this video. But I really appreciate every single one of you guys for joining us today, and you have a good rest of your day. Bye now.